Facebook family, good morning. So you're going to jump on with a conversation with me this morning. Very short conversation before we really get into the week. I'm sure lots of you have been hustling and working hard and grinding for quite a few hours. What are we? 9 o'clock. Working for quite a few hours now. But I wanted to jump on just to have a conversation with you about how it's okay. And someone needs to hear this today because I would have loved to have heard this 5 years ago. And I was reminded of it this morning. So I'm going to jump into it. I realised this is yesterday we had like 15 people jump on really quickly. This time of day on a Monday, we're not going to get so many people jump on. So I'm going to go ahead, have the conversation with myself a little bit. And as people jump on, wonderful. And if you're watching the replay, that's wonderful too. So last night I had 9.5 hours of sleep. What are you? What do you mean? You're supposed to be the motivational guy, right? What are you doing sleeping so long? What about the hustle? What about the why? What about the things you need to achieve? So I just felt it last night. I felt that after last week there was, it was my birthday week, so we had some festivities on the bank holiday. Then we had lots of work, lots of meetings, lots of clients, lots of program development, lots of crazy workouts as I aim to achieve my muscle gain goal. So last week was very full and took a toll on the body. So last night I fell asleep at 8:45, I believe. I ended up having 9.5 hours of sleep. And if I had done that 5 years ago, I'd hear Eric Thomas's voice in my head. I'd hear all the motivational speakers in my head. What are you doing? You got to achieve the goals. You only got to have 6 hours of sleep. The famous Arnold Schwarzenegger 6 rules of success. Sleep 6 hours. If you sleep faster, I would recommend. But for me, I put a status up just then saying respect the recharge. And I just felt that after last week, the best way for me to really smash this week, hustle hard this week, achieve the goals this week, was to have a big, deep, refreshing, recharging sleep. And that reminded me today that how I would have felt if I did that 5 years ago. If I had over 6 hours of sleep 5 years ago, I would have felt like I had failed. I would have felt like I could never be successful. Does that make sense? And I wanted to come to you today and just say, guys, it's okay. It's okay if you don't nail every step of your motivational daily success list every single day. It's okay. Take the opportunity. What can you learn from it? Was it a considered, present thought process response? Or was it an impulsive move? Does that make sense? So last night was very considered. I knew I could just feel it in my body. I had a really healthy Sunday lunch. I often have a treat on a Sunday, but I had really healthy lunch with a green juice. I could just feel that my body needed that recharge. Does that make sense? So I had that 9.5 hours sleep. And now I'm ready to go again. So your body is an incredible Ferrari. And of course, you can go and get those motivated. Ferrari, my friends, the Ferrari does not function as an optimal supercar, super vehicle without the fuel. Does that make sense? And part of, obviously, we've got oxygen, we've got hydration, we've got nutrition, we've got rest. That's our fuel. So yes, of course, listen to these incredibly motivational people. Develop these incredible success habits, we'll call them. But sometimes, I want you to realize it's okay. And I'm telling you now, 5 years ago, we just lost connection there briefly. 5 years ago, early on in this journey, I would be, I would feel guilty. And I would defeat the object, right? Guilt is a draining feeling, and I would feel guilty about that long sleep when I could have been up working. Does that make sense? And we hear these things while you're sleeping, they're working. While you're sleeping, they're working. Here's the thing. I'm not prepared. Personally, this is my value system. Is that okay? That makes sense? And you've got your value system. Yeah? And my friends, I just wanted to share this with you this morning. It's okay. It's okay for you to respect the recharge. It's okay for you to take a step back, refuel, and then go again into those motivational, inspirational daily success habits. Does that make sense? Just wanted to share that with you today. A couple of people jumped on live with me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for jumping on live with me. If you've got anything to share comment on some of the things that you do to recharge, to step away from that hustle, from that grind, whatever you want to call it. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for being with me as well. And remember on this journey, refuel, recharge. Make no time for that feeling of guilt. Realize, listen to your body, be present. Be present with yourself, and then you can refuel and go be motivated and go take off those success habits, and you'll make it happen as you stay present and you enjoy the present moment whilst achieving your goals. My friends, thank you so much for being with me this morning. Thank you so much for watching the replay, and I will see you many, many times this week. We've got a firework event this week, so stay tuned.